Okay, so hi everyone. As Miss Michaela already told you, my name is Miss Cassia. We have Miss Sarah and of course Miss Michaela. So we are student teachers from McGill University. You guys know what student teachers are, right? Because you were lucky enough to have Miss Michaela. Now you have Miss Sabrina in your class. So you know that we're learning from teachers and we're learning from all of you guys, right? So we have to practice being teachers before we actually get to be teachers. Okay, so that's why today we're going to be doing a math lesson with you. So this lesson, there's no grading. That means nothing is going to be on your report card. You're not going to have a test on it. It's really just for fun. Okay, so we're doing this to have fun together and to learn together. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to set a few rules down before we start. Okay, so I'm going to show you some papers and we're going to talk about them. Okay, so the first thing, like Miss Michaela said, actually, this does not have a paper, but who can remind me what she said about when you want to speak? Yes?
You tell the people that are talking, you could tell them they're not talking, you want to be quiet.
Okay, perfect. So you can let your classmates know that you need to be quiet, but also, so that's a really good one. What else do you have to do if you want to speak? Because I see a few people doing it right now. Yeah?
Raising your hand.
Raise your hand, exactly. So in order for it to run smoothly and for all of us to have fun and for me to listen to what all of you are saying, you really need to raise your hand, okay? So the first expectation is show your silent thumb when you want to speak. Do you guys know about silent thumbs already? Did you use that? No? Okay, so when we want to
Hang on a
ask you
second.
something,
We use silent thumbs. When you're ready, we did silent thumb.
okay, I'll remind you, it's okay. So when you, let's say I ask you a question, like, do you like pizza?
Yes.
So I'll say, raise your silent thumb if you like pizza. So put your silent thumb down if you don't like pizza. Okay, so some people might put their silent thumbs up, which means they like pizza. Some people, okay, everyone look over here. Some people might put their silent thumb down, and that's okay. So the reason why we use our silent thumbs is because we want everyone to be able to tell us what they're thinking without anyone saying, oh, I don't like your answer, right? So that's why we're going to be using our silent thumbs, okay? The second one is listen to each other. Why is it important to listen to each other? Who could tell me why it's important to listen to each other? So to the teachers, to your classmates. Yeah.
It's not about that, it's just that I can barely see you with Miss Michaela right in front of me.
Come sit next to Aiden.
Okay.
Can you turn next to Aiden?
Okay, so who wants to explain this one for me? Yeah.
Because if the teacher says something important that you miss, like the thing, and we have a test, so you won't get the answer.
Yeah, so if we were having a test, because we're not having a test, if we were and you weren't listening, maybe you'll miss some important information. Why is it also important to listen to our classmates? Yeah.
Maybe it's important that what they say you can listen.
Yeah, exactly. So your classmates are very smart people, right? They have important things to say. So it's really important that we listen to each other. Yeah, one more thing?
Is that if you don't listen to the teachers when they're saying something after, when we start the project, you're going to be like, what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're not concentrating on what we're saying now, then when we're doing the activity, you might be a little lost. Okay, so it's super important that we're listening to each other. Okay, another one is explain your thinking. So when you tell me an answer, why is it important for you to explain your thinking? Yeah.
Because you can't go inside our head and see what we're thinking.
Yes, I like that a lot. So I can't go inside your head. I don't know what's going on in there. So you need to tell me what you're thinking. Okay, so if you have an answer, you really need to explain it. Okay, so you're going to use your mathematical terms, whatever words we're working on, and you're going to use that in your explanation. Okay? And the last one, try to make sense of each other's thinking. What do you think that means? Yeah.
Somebody's talking to me and know what they're saying.
Okay, so if someone's talking, you want to understand what they're saying. Okay, what else? Yeah.
You can try to read other people's minds.
So by listening to what they're saying, though, right? Because we can't go in their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yes?
They have to try to explain it more so you can understand it. You can ask them whenever you want. You don't have to be shy.
Perfect. Yeah, so no one has to be shy. Exactly. If you have questions or if you want to understand what someone else is thinking or explain, if you see that one of your classmates is struggling a little bit to explain what they're thinking, you can always raise your hand and say, I want to help them out. I can explain it too. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, so raise your silent thumbs if you understood all of them. Okay, so I see everyone's thumbs. Perfect. Okay, so now we can get started. So I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of the word measurement before?
Yes.
Yes, so what is measurement? You can raise your hand. Think about what is measurement.
It's like you're like measuring like a table or you're measuring like.
Okay, so when we measure a table, very good. What else? Who has another idea? Yeah.
If we are measuring the width of a desk, we might use decimeters.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you said two really cool things there. You said width, so how wide something is, right?
Yes.
And you said something about decimeters. Very interesting. Hey, what else? Yeah.
We can measure a door.
Okay, measuring a door. Cool. Measuring a table, door. What else? Yeah.
Maybe if you want to measure like a little bit ladybug, you can use millimeters.
Millimeters. Okay, cool. So you guys know already a lot of different units of measurement. What else? Let's get two more ideas. Yeah.
If you're measuring something very big, like you could use kilometers.
Oh, kilometers. Okay. And one more idea. Yeah.
You can measure a pencil.
Pencil. Okay. So now you're telling me that we can measure all these things either with our units of measurement or an actual object. So what do we need to use when we're measuring? Are there specific things we need to do? What do we have to do? Tell me. Yeah. Use a ruler, okay. What else do we have to use? Is there anything else? Yeah.
Meter stick.
A meter stick, okay. What else? Yeah.
You can use your fingers.
You can use your fingers, okay, cool. So what do you mean by that?
I mean, like, if you're counting by centimeters, let's say you're counting a desk, you could say like 1 centimeter,
Yeah.
2 centimeters, 3 centimeters.
Very nice. So if you know how the measurement of a centimeter using your fingers, you can use your finger. Very good. So today we're going to be focusing on the ruler. Okay, so these are all great ideas and also very good tools, right? We can use a meter stick, we can use our fingers, but we're going to be focusing on rulers. Okay, so now I have a story to tell you guys. So, Miss Michaela, Miss Sarah, and I have a friend, okay, and his name is Tom. Okay? So, something happened to Tom. So we have a math class together, okay? Now, we each need to use a ruler in our class. Okay, you guys, who has a ruler? Raise your hand if you have a ruler. Everyone has a ruler, right?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I don't have one.
But you know what a ruler looks like, right? You know what it is? Okay, so Tom was walking to class and he dropped his ruler. Now, what do you think happened to his ruler?
It broke in half.
Tom's ruler did break, but it didn't break in half. So I'm going to show you a picture of Tom's ruler, and I want you to tell me what you notice. Okay?
Ooh.
What happened to his ruler? This is Tom's ruler. Yeah.
Is ruler breaking in 5 pieces?
Yeah, so it broke in 2 places, right? What do we notice about it? Yes.
It looks like it might have broken in 3 different pieces and like you have to put them back together.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, Tom doesn't have those other pieces anymore. So this is all he's left with. Okay? Yes.
It can be snapped.
Snapped? Yeah, so when it fell on the floor, it did snap, right? Okay, so now we have to solve a problem for Tom. Okay, do you think we can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to read it out for you, and we're going to see what we can do. So, Tom measure the length of 2 lines, but his ruler fell on the floor, right? I just told you the story. So the question is, can he use this ruler, so the ruler I showed you, to measure the short line below? So this is the line. So now we need to see if Tom can measure that line using his broken ruler. So you have to choose between 2 answers. So you have either A, no, he cannot use the ruler to measure that line, or B, yes, he can use the ruler to measure that line. But what does it say here for both of my answers? What does this say? Who can read that out for me? So raise your hands. Who can read that? Yeah. Explain why. So you can't just say yes or no. You have to explain. So you can either draw, you can write, you can do whatever you want as long as you're explaining why. Does everyone understand that? Okay, so who can repeat the question for me in their own words? What is it asking you to do? Yeah.
To measure the line with the ruler.
Okay, so you have to measure the line with the ruler. What else? Yeah.
You have to try to figure out what's the answer. No, we cannot. We can't measure the stick, or yes, you can measure the stick. You have to explain why.
Okay, perfect. So you have to explain your thinking, and you have to be able to tell us yes or no. Because if you tell us the answer, we're going to ask you why. So make sure that you have an explanation behind your answer. Okay, so for this activity, you are going to be working in groups of 2. Okay, so you're going to be with a partner, so someone at your table already, just so that we don't have to move around. So someone at your table. For this table, you'll be a group of 3, it's okay? So you're going to have a worksheet, so just like the one that you see on the PowerPoint, but we're only working on the first part. Okay, so there's 2 questions on here, but I only want you to focus on A. Okay, does everyone understand that? So there's question A and question B. You're focusing on A, so that's the top of the paper. And you're also going to get a small broken ruler. Okay, so everyone's getting Tom's miniature broken ruler. Okay, so you're going to be able to use his small little ruler to solve this. Okay, so we're going to give you some time. We're going to remind you how many minutes you have left, and then we're going to come back together and we're going to talk about your answers. Does that sound okay? Yes, any questions? Yeah? You will have enough time. Don't worry. Okay? So we're going to hand them out.
All right, so it has to be if someone at your table, okay?
But then when your partner's at your table, okay.
So you should work together.
Okay, so hand it over. You have to stay right together. Here, let me pass the papers and then I'll come back. Okay?
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need complete silence right now. Complete silence. I'm waiting.
You don't want one for yourself?
I'm waiting. The only people that should be talking right now are the teachers. Thank you, Danica. I'm really impressed with you. Good job. Okay, so when you're working, are we shouting to the person that's beside you? No. I should be able to hear myself talking to Miss Cassia or Miss Sarah. Okay? You need to work quietly, and you don't want to share your answer. Remember how we used to play games and I always used to say, do not shout your answer, right? Right?
Yeah,
Yes?
some people did.
Yes, some people did. You need to remember to raise your hand. But for now, we're going to try and whisper your answers to your teammates. It's okay if you do talk. Obviously, you're going to have to talk to your partner, but we don't need to shout. So I don't need to remind you again to lower the volume, okay? Does everyone agree? Yes? No? Sleepyheads? Let's go? Yes? Okay, let's go. Okay, so you're going to switch spots with Juliana. No, you're going to get in here. She's going to come here. Yeah. Okay, so if you mention no, then you write why, okay? So I'm not, your answer is not wrong, right? You should write whatever you think, right? It's based on what you think. Does everyone have a ruler? Yeah? So what question are we doing? Can you use your little ruler and you want to measure? No. Yeah, okay. Don't forget to explain. Yes, because. No, because. Okay? Yeah, but that's because yes, I will give you that. Are we supposed to do question class? So I made them on paper. Yeah, we have a name top. Of course we do. Yeah, I do.
Video still on. What? I didn't. Oh, you're all where are you going right now? Where are you supposed to be? Where are you supposed to be? We're supposed to be here, right?
Wow, you're so You're done. Good Okay, so you guys have about 3 more minutes, okay? So make sure you're writing your answers.
Matthew, you know the camera's still on, right?
think that Tom can measure that line? So I want to see your thumbs if you think he can. Okay, so now put your thumbs down if you think that he cannot measure that line.
Well, why does everything?
Listen.
Okay, so now can someone raise their hand and tell me why Tom cannot measure that line? So I need to know why he can't. Yeah.
We did 2 reasons. The first reason was that if the ruler does not start at 0.
Oh, okay. So the ruler doesn't start at 0. Interesting. Now, can someone, or raise your hand if you agree with that? So your reason was the same thing, that you think that Tom cannot measure that line because the ruler doesn't start at 0. Does anyone else have a similar idea? Okay. So can someone explain their thinking? Why? Why do you think that? Yeah.
Because the ruler, the line's too big and the ruler is so small.
Okay, so the line is too big. It's too big for the ruler?
Yeah.
So, who can tell me though, why would it matter if there's a 0 or not? Why does that matter? Yes.
Because whenever you're measuring, you always have to start with a 0.
Okay, so whenever we're measuring, we always have to start at 0. Okay, has anyone ever measured and not started at 0?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
And does it work?
No, and I have to restart it. Yeah.
It doesn't work, so you have to restart it?
Yeah.
Okay. What are some other ideas, yeah?
His ruler, because Tom's ruler is too small.
Pardon?
Tom's ruler is too small.
Okay, so like she said, so the line is too big for the ruler? Okay. Yes.
No, because it's not fitting in the line.
Pardon? One more time?
No, because it's not fitting in the line.
Ah, okay, so it doesn't fit, right? It's too long. Okay, so we either have this idea that it doesn't start at 0 or the line is too long. Do we have anyone else who wants to talk about how the ruler does not start at 0? No? Okay, so I want to ask you, since you told me, why did that matter for you? So why is it a big deal if there's no 0?
Because also, when he broke his ruler, he broke some millimeters at the same time.
Oh, okay, so he broke some of the units off of it, because we don't know, right? We don't know actually how many units there are on Tom's ruler, right? Is there any mark that says centimeters, millimeters? Is there?
No.
No, so we can't really say that there's centimeters, right? Or we can't say millimeters, but I like that you said that. You said that part of it is broken off, so we can't use those parts, you don't think? We can't. So, can we use this ruler at all? Do you think Tom can use it?
No. You
Yeah?
can't use it because it's broken.
You can't use it because it's broken, so you think we should just throw out the ruler?
Yeah.
Really?
No, in case he finds his piece.
Okay, so why do you think we won't have to throw it out then? Yeah.
Because he can just act as if the 3 is the 0 and say, if you put a line to mark where you were and then put the 3 there, you can keep measuring.
Wow. Okay, so can you help me understand this? So, on the smart board here, we have a ruler, right? So, what's your name?
Laurent.
Laurent just told me that we could just pretend the 3 is a 0. So, if I said that this 3 was actually a 0, and what would this turn into?
One.
A 1.
And the 5 and 2.
A 2? Okay, so now can we use this ruler?
Yes.
Why? Who can raise their hand and tell me why? Yeah.
Because now it's like the beginning of the ruler, and you can just put your finger and then start it again, and you can't remember.
Okay, so we can pretend that that 3 is a 0. That works?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yes?
And we could mark where we were, and then put our 0, which is actually a 3, on that line to keep measuring and start at the number we left off at.
Interesting. So can you guys actually do that for me right now? So use your ruler, put it on that line, and now you're pretending that that 3 is a 0, right? Because Laurent just told me that we can change the numbers so that we can use this ruler. So try to see what you'll get. Does it work?
Yeah.
So if we put that ruler on the line,
Bonjour, mes élèves de l'école Margaret Manson. Today is National Battery Day in Canada, and we are doing a battery drive at school. We ask that you look for dead batteries at home and bring them to school in a bag. Tu peux les apporter jusqu'à vendredi. Ensuite, le green team va les compter et annoncer qui est la classe gagnante. The class who collects the most batteries will win an extra recess with Madame Info next week. Thank green. Merci.
Oh my goodness. That was Brianna. My brother told me to take it. Oh, that was Brianna. Yeah.
okay, so now Miss Sarah is going to take over and ask you guys to share another idea, okay?
All right, so we're gonna use this big ruler. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, yeah,
So we're gonna try and measure the line with this big ruler. So this is the line that Tom is trying to figure out if he could measure, right? So who would like to come up and show me where to start? Yes. Show me, so the line is here, you're going to use the ruler to mark the line. Okay, so you're seeing it's right here, here. Okay. Okay, so why did you decide to start it here? Why did you decide to start to measure the line here? Can someone help her out? Why do you think? Yeah?
Because since Laurent said we have to change it to 0, 1, then we could start there, and that could be 0. We can just start with 0, and then we can measure it.
Okay, so can someone repeat what she just said? Yes, Emma?
I can't because she spoke really fast.
Okay, so you want to repeat what you said and loud so everyone can hear?
So since Laurent said we have to start, we can change that into 0, and then before 1 and 2. It's supposed to start at 0, so when you put the line under the point, you put it there to 0, so you put it under there to start.
Sorry for the interruption. Would the following students please come to the studio at the beginning of lunch for their Way Way Off Broadway audition? Ashley LeBlanc, Thomas Deneau, and Gabriella Kaplan. Thank you.
So did everyone hear what she just said?
Yeah.
No. No? Okay, so she said that we could change the 3 into a 0, just like Miss Cassia did before. So this becomes a 0. Now what does this become?
1.
Okay, you said a 4. Why did you say it has to be a 4? Because there's a 4. Okay, but if we're changing the numbers, so this becomes a 0. And the 4 becomes a 1. Okay, I don't hear everyone say it. So put your thumbs up if you are confused about what we're doing right now. Put your thumbs up if you don't understand what we're doing. Okay. So, we're going to go back. Laurent said that usually we have to start at a 0, right? When we measure something. But we don't have a 0 on this ruler. Does everyone understand that right now?
Yes.
Okay. So Laurent said, why don't we just change the 3 to a 0 and then restart the ruler? Do you understand that?
Yes.
You don't understand it?
I do.
You do understand it? Yes, go ahead.
But when they restarted, what they find the other pieces, then they're gonna restart the same thing.
No, the other pieces are gone. They're in the garbage. We can't find them. Okay? So we only have this ruler. Okay? Does that make sense now? We only have this ruler to measure this line. This is the line right here. Okay? No, this is one ruler, and this is the line he has to use. Okay? He wants to measure this line, but he only has this ruler. This is the ruler he broke. This is the line. This is this line over here. Okay? He's trying to figure out if he can measure this line with the ruler. So this ruler is that ruler. Does that make sense? No? Still doesn't make sense? Okay. So forget about Tom, okay? This is the only ruler I have. Okay, I can't find any other rulers. And I have a math project to do, and I need to measure this line. So I need to figure out if I can still use this ruler to measure this line. Does that make sense? Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
No, this is the ruler. This is the ruler. I want to measure this. This is the line. I just need to measure this line with this ruler. This is my ruler. Okay? This is this. You see that? This line is this line. Okay? Questions? Yes.
Why is that ruler bigger than a ruler?
Why is this ruler bigger than which one?
A ruler. Why is that ruler bigger than a ruler?
Because it's just so you could see. It's just bigger so you guys can see it.
No, that one's smaller. That one little boy.
But it's the same. You realize what? You notice that the numbers are the same?
Yeah.
So does it really matter if this is a bit bigger or smaller than this one?
No.
No? Okay. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, another question?
I didn't really get why we have to turn the thing into a 0, because it's still gonna be the same. It's just gonna have different numbers on it.
Okay, great. So we're going to go back to the 0 now. So do we all understand what we're trying to do right now? Why we're trying to understand? Yes? So you put your thumbs up so I can see. So if you understand, put your thumbs up. If you don't understand, put your thumbs down. Okay, so we all understand? Great, okay. So going back to the 0, what Laurent said, he was just saying that usually when we start to measure, we need a 0. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to this picture now. It says key ideas when measuring. So these are what we need to use when we measure. So we all agree that we need to start at a 0, right?
Yeah.
Put your thumbs up if you all agree we need to start at a 0. Okay, put your thumbs down if you say we don't need a 0. Okay, so we all, you don't agree we need a 0. Why not? Why don't you? You don't know? Okay. So why don't we say we need to start somewhere, right? So we need a starting point. Can we say that? Does that make more sense? Okay, that makes more sense. So it doesn't matter if it's a 3 or a 0. We need a starting point. Yes? Thumbs up if you agree we need a starting point. Okay. So we need a starting point to measure all the time. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. So why do you think it's important to have a starting point? Raise your hand. Yes.
Because if you don't have one, you won't know what the measurement is.
Can you say that again louder?
If you don't have a starting point, you won't know what the measurement is.
You don't know what the measurement is. Can someone say that? Repeat what he said in your own words. Go ahead.
If you don't have a starting point, it will be hard to learn because you won't tell where you have to start. And a starting point, it tells you where to start and still have a measuring top.
Okay. So when I want to measure this line, where do I go on the ruler? Can someone come up and show me? Yes. Come on up. Yeah, you can use it. Okay. So hold on, come back. So you're starting to hear because
Because it goes into a zero, so this would be like the starting point.
okay. So she says that this is going to be the starting point because we're going to turn the 3 into a 0. Is that right? Is that what you said? Okay. Thank you. Do we understand what she said?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Now Mr. Caleb's going to come.
Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. So before we start, everyone stand up. Okay, make sure you push in your chairs, tuck in your chairs, please. And I want you to be safe distance away from your partner next to you. I'm talking, so no one else is talking. Thank you. Okay, and we're gonna do 10 jumping jacks, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're gonna go like this, to one side, the other side, and you're gonna go all the way down, and all the way up. We're touching the sky. All right. Do we feel better?
No.
You need more of it? Okay, you'll get more of that at lunch. Have seats now.
I feel hungry.
We need to continue, okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You just need to bear with me for a couple more minutes, okay? So, Jaden, Anthony, just leave that, sweetie. Just leave it. Okay. So before we start again, I want someone to remind me of what we do when we want to speak. Dia? You raise your hand. And what do I do when someone else is speaking? Am I talking? All together? You're listening. You're not talking. When you're giving me an answer, do I just say yes or no? What do I have to do? You have to explain. Don't forget to raise your hand again. Okay? So let's look at this over here again. Can anyone raise your hand? Can anyone tell me if this ruler was in centimeters? Okay? Let's say it was like your own ruler that you use. If this ruler was in centimeters, can anyone tell me how long this line is? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Is it possible? Is it possible to know? Matthew, you want to explain? What's your answer?
1 centimeter.
Ah, you told me that this line is 1 centimeter. Why do you say 1 centimeter? Not 2, not 3, not 5 million? Why 1?
Because it goes from 3 to the 4.
3 to the 4. And what's in between 3 and 4? 2? There's 2 in between 3 and 4? 1 centimeter. Does everyone understand? Raise your silent thumb. Yes, I do understand, Miss Michaela. No, I do not understand, Miss Michaela. Matthew Maloney? Yes, no?
Brianna, do you want to explain to me what Matthew just said? What did he just say? Okay, so that means we need to listen, okay? Jaden, do you want to repeat it?
He said the line was 1 centimeter.
And why did he say that?
Because it's like 3 is to 4 is 1. Like because the 3 is a 0 and the 4 is a 1.
Ah, okay, so Jaden keeps going back to the point that Laurent made. Laurent said that this number over here is, we can actually say it's a 0. We don't need to, we could pretend like it's not broken at all, boys and girls. We can pretend like this is a 0. And what's this number then?
2. 1.
Whoa, 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 whoa. When I'm counting, am I going 0, 2? No. What am I doing? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. When I'm counting, when they taught you how to count in kindergarten, did they tell you 0, 1, 2, 4?
Yeah?
No.
Just so they told me.
Justin, I'll wait for your answer until you raise your hand. What did they tell you, Danica?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It goes up by ones, okay? So this would be a 1. What would this be?
A 2.
A 2. So we could say this is a 2. This is a 1. Okay, so we see, can we all see that this is 1 centimeter long?
Yes.
Yes? Now, I have an even trickier question for you. Do you think we can measure the line if it was this long?
Yes.
Ah, why? Why? Raise your hand. I want to see someone else that didn't participate yet. You want to try, sweetie? Can you tell me how long this line is?
2 centimeters.
It's 2 centimeters. I'm doing 1 hop. I'm doing another hop. How many hops did I do? 2 hops. Very good, Danica. So this is 2 centimeters. Now, I have an even trickier question for you. Can I measure a line that's even longer than my broken ruler?
Yes.
Ah, raise your hand if you want to tell me why. Can I measure a line that's longer than my broken ruler?
Yeah.
Brianna.
No, because the ruler's too short
Okay.
for that line.
Who agrees with Brianna? A couple of you agree with Brianna. Who does not agree with Brianna? Would someone like to say why they don't agree? And it's okay to not agree, right? We all have different answers. That's great. Aiden. Come show me. I can put a line where? Where can I put a line, Aiden? Let me lower this for you. There you go. Okay, look at this line here, and look at your ruler. So here I have 1 jump, 2 jumps. Where can I put my line? Yeah, so put it here so we all see. Okay, good job. Thank you, Aiden. Very good. So Aiden told me, is that what you meant? Putting a line there? Yes? Ah, and then what can I do? I can move the ruler. Okay, so go have a seat. Thank you very much. Aiden told me that I could put a line here where it stops measuring my ruler. Does everyone understand that? Yes? Matthew M., do you understand? I can measure all the way until my ruler shows the numbers. How long is this line? 1 hop? 2 hops? I could say it's 2 hops. Now, Aiden just told me that I could mark where I left off, and I can push my ruler over. Can I measure the rest of the line now? Elias.
Yes.
Yes. What's that hop? Is it 2 hops? Is it 1 hop? 1 hop, 2 hops?
3 hops.
Evelyn.
3 hops.
3 hops. So how long is this big line?
3 hops.
How big is this line? 3 hops? I'm hearing 3 hops. I'm hearing 3 centimeters. Those are both great answers. So my question for you now is, can we use a broken ruler? Did we just use the broken ruler?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Do we need, who said the point before that we always need a starting point? I forget who it was.
We always need a 0.
Dia? Okay, it was Dia. I like that point. So we always need a 0. Okay? So can we use it? If we look over here on our little chart, can we use it? Can we say yes? Thumbs up if you agree.
I have a question.
Yes, Anthony?
But when we measure it, your ruler is so big, but our ruler is not even once.
But was your line this big, mister?
Our ruler is not even once.
Hang on.
No, my line was bigger than this. It was like.
Yes, that's like saying this line was bigger than the ruler. You'll see.
This.
Justin. Really disrespectful. So can we use, let's go back to our point. Can we use the broken ruler? All together? Yes, we can. What do we need when we're measuring a line? Dia said it before. What did Dia say? Isabella. You need to have a 0. We need to have a 0 or a starting point. Okay? Very good. What else did we learn? Can I measure a line that's longer than my broken ruler?
Yes.
Anthony, can I?
Yes, you could.
I can. What do I have to do? What did Aiden show
You have
us?
to make a line, and then you have to move your ruler somewhere else, and then you keep on counting, and then you could keep on changing the numbers and stuff like that.
Very good. So to measure a longer line, we can move our ruler and mark our spot. All right, I have a couple more questions for you. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Yeah, you had lots of fun? I'm not going to.
We didn't do this
I'm
second
not leaving yet. No.
lunch?
I'm probably going to go home for lunch and then I'll come back, okay? Whoa. So we had fun? Did you learn a lot? Very good. Wait. We did it all together, sweetie. We measured a longer line. Okay, have a seat. You're going to listen very carefully, group 3. Some of you are not listening still. You are going to, don't move until I'm done talking. You are going to put your pencil cases away. I don't want to see anything on your desk except for your water bottle. As you're going to get your lunchbox to line up in class, I want you to hand me the papers that you did. This is new.
Now we have to
Oh, okay.